Matt for AVNation.tv. We are here in the Legrand booth at ISE 2019 in Amsterdam. Hello, Megan. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Megan, you guys have been in the furniture business now for a couple of years.
Yep.
You started off with some tables and some huddle spaces, and let's be honest, you kind of created that category for an AV manufacturer. It really hit well, had a lot of success. People love those products. You then got into some consoles. Again, lots of success. You brought out a brand new one that is super sexy. I have no other words to describe it. Tell us a little bit about C3.
Yeah, so our new C3 series is a low-profile credenza, because as we know, hardware keeps shrinking. We've got this proliferation of small devices and still have these cables, so we still have this localized needs in conference rooms, but we can't always justify a full-size rack, and even now, sometimes a full-size credenza. On top of that, we've got touch screens that are coming out, like Microsoft Hub, where people need to get close to the wall and be able to interact with the technology, and a deeper credenza kind of inhibits that, right? So we saw the need in the marketplace for this lower profile solution, and that's where C3 comes into play. And what we did is we applied what we do best at Middle Atlantic. We created a really great innovation around the installation experience. So really the frame will attach to the wall separately from the wood kit.
Okay.
And then the back spine of the product has notches along each bay, so the integrator can decide in the field where they want the gear to go, and if they have really shallow equipment or small devices, you can get multiple layers in each bay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and what's great is they're not working within the parameters of the wood kit during the install. They have full visibility and light to run the cables where they need to, and when they're done, they seal it with the wood kit over top. So
you're literally mounting the frame side of things, the rack side of things, and then just sliding the wall kit essentially as a trim on top.
Absolutely. So it stays protected in a box while all of the install, the drills are out. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
You don't have to cover it in tar paper and make sure it's safe. Let's talk sizes for a minute. There's two different widths, correct?
Correct. We've got a 2-bay version that's designed to go below a single installation of a touchscreen.
Okay.
And we have a 4-bay version that we sized to really balance below a dual display application.
So one of the things that comes up a lot of times when you start talking about putting furniture in a room is trying to maintain, obviously the aesthetic,
Sure.
but also ADA. How does this work in both of those segments?
So, well, we've got lots of different finishes available.
Okay.
So we've got thermal-laminate and high-pressure laminate finishes. So all of the materials you would expect from us within our furniture line. It also makes it easy for our integrators to mix C5s and C3s in the same building and get the same look and feel. So depending on where they might need a more shallow credenza. All the spectrum of colors that you would expect from us. And then the unit itself is only 10 inches deep. So we have diagrams that we have available on our website and in the instruction manuals that show how that helps you meet ADA standards, reach requirements, so that someone in a wheelchair could actually interact and use the touch screen without any issues.
So last thing I want to touch on is, obviously when this is sitting in a credenza, the concern that I always have as an integrator is, what happens if someone who is not supposed to be in that cabinet gets into that cabinet? How are we securing that?
So what's great is it comes with magnetic locks, so you can install the lock or not. So when we know that credenzas are also used for storage within the space for plates and napkins and cups that might support that conference room, but the gear. So how do we keep those separate? The integrator can have one bay designated for the space and for the end user, and the other could hold the gear, or if they've got a lot of gear, they could lock both cabinets. So they can choose when to install that magnetic latch and when not to.
Excellent. So if people want more information about this, want to start designing these and speccing these, how do they go about that?
Of course, MiddleAtlantic.com.
Excellent. When will these be available?
These will be available in a couple weeks following the show.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
All right.
For more footage from the show floor and to learn more about AVNation, please visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.